Hello there, this is Dr. Steen coming once again, and we're still talking about the traits of unsafe people in the workplace. Now, once again, we give the disclaimer this is not about people being good or bad. We're not even making it wrong or right. We're just talking about a heightened awareness of the relationships that can be red flag indicators for you in the workplace. Now, if you listen to the first recording, I talked about the first three. One, they're not aware of their weakness. They have no weakness. They operate in a perception of perfection. And anyway, you can go to my timeline and listen to that particular recording. And I want to remind you once again, and at the end of this particular recording, I'll remind you again of the upcoming live webcast where I will be doing a DISC certification, Mastering the Art of People Reading. It's some of the oldest science out there. It's still really relevant. It's brilliant. It's genius. It will upgrade your ability to work with people. And people are the best, and sometimes they can be some of the worst things about everything in terms of our relationships. Relationships are the currency of business. So, what are the remaining traits of unsafe people? Now, there are more than what I'm going to cover, but let me cover 4 more this time, and perhaps I'll bring on a couple more in another recording as well. So, unsafe people lie. They lie. Now, I'm laughing because it's true. They lie, but haven't we all been guilty at some point in our life of telling an untruth? You don't have to raise your hand and you don't have to tell anybody, but I know human behavior. I'm not a psychologist, but I've had plenty of experience and wisdom to know that any one of us can be caught in an untruth. But I'm talking about a person who practiced lying almost as recreation. They lie because they can. They lie to cover their tracks. But the thing to remember about lying is that at some point they will be caught in their lies. Why? Because lying requires perfect memory. And who has a perfect memory? And then you have to start lying to cover a lie, to cover another lie. It's so much easier just to tell the truth. But an unsafe person is really thinking about himself and what he wants to achieve. And if the truth is inconvenient, he may not or she may not tell the truth in that particular situation. So they lie. What else? Unsafe traits. They can get very defensive. So, instead of relishing feedback, when they're given information, they tend to get defensive and prove their point of perfection. Now, there are certain types of personalities that are not necessarily what we call feedback friendly, but I'm talking about a trait here where a person has in their mind that they are perfect and they have no weakness, and so it becomes an unsafe trait or behavior for a business relationship when you can't ever give them feedback without them getting defensive. What else about this particular unsafe person or persons of interest? They also refuse to grow. Now, in refusing to grow, they tend to relinquish the learning into always knowing. So if I have a know-it-all kind of attitude, what is there for me to learn? And when we stop learning, we're literally dead. It's over because learning is living. And so it is a dangerous and unsafe trait that we have to be aware of. And last but not least, the unsafe person in the workplace is not a good listener. Now, have you ever encountered a person and they have plenty of time to talk their story? They can give you all of the meticulous details of their story, and they seem very patient in giving you that information. But then the moment you go into your story, suddenly you see this ADD component, attention deficit disorder. They start working on other things, and then they may even interrupt you and tell you something like, I'd love to hear the rest of this, but I got to go to a meeting or I got something to do. So the sense of urgency to listen is not there. That could be an unsafe relationship, an unsafe person. So we have heightened awareness in all of these areas, and it's not good or bad. It just is what it is. And we want to have relationships that work in the workplace. Now, again, I want to invite you to sign up. The information is on my timeline. You can go to Get Certified, getdiscertified.com. You can go to sandrasteen.com. The information is posted, and you can become certified, become a behavioral specialist, and understand all of the temperaments, the personalities. And I'll tell you, it will upgrade your communication. I've had so many wonderful stories for over 10 years of how our lives have changed, basically, even between couples and parents and people who are working together. It's just phenomenal. I even have one testimony, only one, but it's very, very awesome to hear him talk about when he got DISC certified. He was also a national sales rep, and he says, Dr. Steen, I literally closed $1 million deal when I began to understand how people are different. And I don't know what will be your testimonial, but I know it will be good. So I hope you will join me. The information is posted in front of you. Get DISC certified. That's DISC. All right. I hope you will have an epic day, an epic week, and an epic month. So until the next time, keep it epic. Take care. Bye.